welcome to my channel, Kimbaskrafts. My name is Kim, and if this is your first time clicking on one of my videos and stopping in to check it out, I hope you enjoy what you hear and see. We are here today to do part 2 of my largest project by far ever, Kit Up. I did post a part 1, which was me filling up the, yes, just only filling up these 2 out of 5 containers. So we have 3 more to go at the least. And we have all of these. I don't know if you can see them, but all of these drills to fill. Well, I mean, all of those colors to go through. So obviously we're not kitting every single color up. So far, these are all the colors that we have gone through. And this is all of my overflow. This is all the 310s that are left over. So it's a very large project. And yeah, I'm having fun kitting it up. Obviously, it's taking a very long time. That first video, I had no idea how long I was going for, and apparently it was for a pretty long time because, yeah, I think it was like 3, I don't know. I'm still editing it, but it's going to be up before this one, obviously. So I believe it's like 3, it's crazy, like 3 hours long or something. So one of the biggest obstacles that I've been running into with this Kit Up has been, unfortunately, static, which we all combat when we're doing Kit Ups, and it's something that we can't really control, but, you know, we just make the best of it. So I do have my dryer sheets here. I just found that color on my tablecloth here. And yeah, we're just gonna do what we can. So, oh, the Moogs is at my window. Come on, baby. You wanna come in? She wants to lay down under the table. Her daddy took her out and had her run around. I actually have a really cute video. Yesterday, I did take her out in the rain because this dog needs to run. Like rain, sleet, snow, or shine, you need to get this dog outside because she will just mope and mope and mope. She wants to run. So I took her out, and she was chasing butterflies. Oh, wait, I just ruined the sticker. So I was able to put like 100s to 400s in box 1, 500s to 700s in box 2. So I'm starting with 800s now. So I didn't cross these off. So I did this, this, and this. So we're at 801, 801. So I'm just gonna write out a bunch of stickers. And I'm gonna skip this guy. She's got her head on my little slipper here. 817 is gonna be the next one. 823. 833. Oh, 832. That was like, it's 823, 32, 33, so it was whatever. 890, 905, 907, Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 9, 11 only has 1. Only has 1, so I can do 3 for 9, 18. So just do 9, 11, and 9, 18. And then they all get stars except for 9, 11. So the stars indicate that I have overflow. So if I start to see that color go low, or I use all of the boxes but one, I know that I do have more in waiting to be kitted up. So let's start with 801. Oh, okay, so I'm gonna show you this video. She was chasing butterflies. It's so cute. Chasing butterflies. Moogie. The butterfly is playing with you, Moogs. She's like Harry Potter and the Golden Snitch. Okay, so I showed that to Bob, and you know, we were cracking up. So then he was like, he came home today with her, and he was like, yeah, she was chasing butterflies today. And he's like, and I felt so bad she caught it. I know. She caught the butterfly. And he was trying to get her to spit it out. But yeah, the thing, I never thought she would be able to catch one. He was like, it was moving a little slow. I don't know why. I just, I'm like, oh my gosh, don't tell me this. Like, poor thing. So, yeah, she loves to chase moths. There are like so many of them at night in our yard when we go to take her. What are you doing, dog? She's looking around. I don't know. She's not as worn out as he thought she would be. You were just sleeping. That's why I came in here. But yeah, she caught one. Feel bad. She just laid down. So, oh good, we're starting this one off, this day off right. I'm a little hot. I think I need to take my hoodie off. Very good. I slept in good, guys. My son came over last night, and we had, you know, dessert together because he had already eaten dinner at home. But we had dessert together, and then 8:17. 8:14 is gonna be. Yeah, that's gonna be 4 of them. Yeah, so he's been coming over almost every Friday. Now, ever since I got the dog, ever since we got Moogie, he comes over every Friday, and she acts a mess. But he couldn't, a lot of times he'll spend the night, but he couldn't spend the night this time. because he had, for work, they're doing a walk for recovery with one of his clients. So he had to leave early because he had to get up early to go do this 5K walk. So I thought that was cute. I'm like, that's so sweet. We did that on my unit, and they're doing it again for breast cancer awareness, which I would do, but it's on Sunday, and you know, I work Saturday into Sunday, and then I work Sunday night, so that kind of stuff, that's the kind of stuff that I can't really participate in anymore, working, you know, strictly. 801. 801. It's here. So 823 and 832. All right, let's do this. 823. I don't want to get these two confused. 823. What do we have here? These will all go in one, and then this one. So I really wish I could run. I've only been able to run one time in my entire life. And I hate running. I actually, once I broke through the barrier, I loved it. And I would go every day after work and run around this track. And I loved it. And I don't remember it being super hard to break through the barrier. That's the crazy thing. I remember the first time I went running and it was awful. I remember that. I remember it being completely and totally like awful. Like, this is torture. And then I went with, I think I talked about this before. I don't know, but I'm going to tell the story again anyway but I went with a girl who had just come home from the Marines boot camp. So, you know, her ass was running a lot. And she had to keep up with the running. So she was going running, and she said to me, come running with me. And I told her, I said, ugh, I can't run. I hate running. I've never been good at it. And she said, come on, I'll get you running. And I was like, I don't think so. And she's like, yeah, I will. Come on. So I went with her, and we were running, and I was dying. I mean, like let's say this is the track, right? We were like, we start here. We were like here, and I was like, dude, I'm dying. Like, I can't do this anymore. And she was like, I remember we were like here. We went around, and she said, one of the things that they did in the military was they would sing cadences to help with the breathing. She's like, it's your breathing. And she's like, it'll help get your mind off of it. So she started, now she knew them all because she had just done camp and went through all of that. And so she started singing cadences to me. And I repeated them, and somehow she got me all the way over here. And when we got over there, she said, all right, now you're going to take off and you're going to run as hard as you can to the end, and then we're done. She's like, you're going to sprint, Kim. You're going to run like your life depends on it. You're going to run like there's somebody chasing you. And she's like, ready, go. And she took off. And I was like, huh? And so then I took off. And I just remember, like in the middle, it was just all grass. And I just remember getting to the end and collapsing in the grass and panting, and like, that was so horrible. But we went back the next day, and I don't remember every day after that. I just remember getting to a point where I was really enjoying it. And I remember going by myself. I went and got a pair of running sneakers, and I'll never forget them. They were like green and white, like Eagles colors. And I remember showing up to this. I was going alone all the time now because, you know, she couldn't come. And I would go and I would put my key in my sock, and I would run. And I would run and I would run, and I loved it. And I have never been able to get back to that. I've tried, and I've like, I mean, I say that I gave it a really good try when I was doing CrossFit, because in CrossFit they would prescribe, like, you know, the workouts of the day. They call it prescribe. And they would prescribe like, okay, we're done another bag, 833. Is it this one? No, it's this one. 833. Yep. Okay, 833. Which ones are we gonna do? I think I'm gonna do these two. I think I can start another overflow bag. So, and I was horrible at running. I mean, I was always, if there was a run in the WOD, I was guaranteed the last person. I just couldn't, I can't run. And it's a lot of it is a mental block. I know that. But, so I did really try to train for running, to try to improve my running for CrossFit. And I remember downloading Couch to 5K, and going out front and trying to run. And I mean, just dying. I actually, this is back, remember, so right now, the popular streaming app is, there's a lot at 840. Oh, we're doing 890. Why are we doing 890? Oh, 842 gets its own. Okay. So these two get 2 and 2. Alright, so now we're doing 890. See, it all makes sense in the end. Back then, the very popular streaming app was, you guys remember, Pandora? So that's what I was using. Not when I was a good runner. We didn't have that. We didn't even have cell phones back then. I'm talking back when I was like early 20s, like way long ago. I'm talking about when I was in CrossFit and I was trying to train running again. I had Pandora on my phone, and I found Aimee cadences to try to say along, like I'm running around the block and I'm trying to do these cadences to try to help me, because that's what helped me last time. And yeah, it didn't work. I tried that with the Couch to 5K, you know, run, stop. It didn't work. I still was horrible at it. It still hurt. And you know, I never improved the whole year or whatever that I did. And I would go to class and like, I remember telling one of my instructors, it was so hard for me. And I was like I was struggling. And he was like, it's okay, you got this. And I was like, no, I don't. I was like, the only reason why I'm here is because I hated every single thing on this wad. I'm horrible at it. And and he's like, I love that. I said, because I'm just trying to improve the running and my overhead, like overhead barbell work. It was like overhead squats. Horrible. I think it's really hard for like tall people to do overhead squats because of how high. I mean, the barbell is like 7 feet in the air. It's ridiculous. So, it was just a huge disadvantage for me being so tall. But yeah, I would love to be able to run. And so my girlfriend, who was a huge runner in CrossFit, she would always be like, let's do a turkey run. Like, she's like, let's do a turkey run. And I'm like, no, I can't run, dude. Like, I'll do turkey. I'm like, you see me in class. I'm like, I am struggling. I'm on the struggle bus, like, constantly. I'm horrible. I can't run. She's like, you can run, she'd tell me. And I'm like, but I literally can't. Like, I'm trying with everything I have, and I'm not getting any better. Like, I don't understand. Like, I would come home from CrossFit and I would go outside and try to run, and yeah, it was bad. And I've never tried again. So I've been thinking about it. I'm like, I mean, I don't know. It's kind of like, for me, people that can run, like, I'm watching this Your Honor, and one of the characters is training for a marathon, so he's always on a run. And I'm like, wouldn't that be so cool if I could run? Like, it's kind of like singing. Like, you always think, man, it'd be so cool if I could sing. If I could just sound like an angel when I opened up my voice and like belt out some crazy, what do they call it, bars, or I don't know, what do they call it as singers? And like, that would be so cool to have some kind of talent like that. Well, I look at running like that. When I talk to people who say they run, I'm like, that would be so cool if I could run. I've been thinking about it, like downloading Couch to 5K. Instead of doing all this mindless cardio in the gym, trying, is it this color? You know, being able to run outside. I don't know. It's getting cold out, so it's the hardest time to learn too. It was summertime when she taught me to run. I do feel like it was that she taught me. I don't know. Maybe I will. 9:07. I wonder if I could get the dog. I don't want to say her name because she's calmed down. I wonder if I can get the dog to run with me. How do people train their dog to run with them? Because, like, she's such a sniffer. She would be stopping to sniff everything all the time. And, like, really ruining my groove. Although I'd need it in the beginning. I'd be like, don't you want to sniff this tree? Come on, let's sniff this tree. Let's stop and sniff the tree. Yeah, she's, her jaws are getting so powerful that we have to watch now. I gave her a bully ring yesterday, and literally like 15 minutes later, she comes up to me, and I'm like, oh, I guess she got bored of it. And I couldn't find it. I think she ate it that fast. Like, she's never done that before. 907. Okay, so 911 is 1. And then I'm just going to do 3 of 918. 918 is all of these. Good, because you know what, 919 is very similar in color. And this way they'll be on a different row. 918. I'll do 3 of these. So this will be 1, 2, 3. So that's how we'll do that. All right, so 911. That's 1. This. I feel totally better. I didn't take any medicine yesterday. I did take like an Aleve. I started to get a headache, and I did take an Aleve, and it worked. I didn't have to like bust out any migraine meds. It actually made it go away. So I feel totally better today. And I haven't been to the gym all week because I did overtime and then I was sick. So I am going to the gym today at some point, and I have to work tonight. I feel ready to do both. I slept until 10 a.m. today. So I'm gonna have to stop at the supermarket because we have very little food. Bob picked up like milk, eggs, and bread for us. I want to put a square in here. I feel like I can use it. Okay. So this box is going by a lot faster. So I need to go to the supermarket today. I keep researching, I'm not going anywhere, guys. I mean, unless my kids, both of my kids move out of New Jersey, you know, I'm not going to leave New Jersey because I mean, maybe I'll go to Delaware. I was looking it up. It's like, I'm trying to find a place in the United States where it's retirement friendly on taxes, right? It has a good healthcare system. Honestly, I really feel like I would love to live, and I kind of feel like that here in a more rural area. I do feel like that here. Okay, I'm in New Jersey, and I would say that where I'm at in New Jersey, I'm pretty happy. Like, I do feel like we're in a rural area. We're around a lot of protected farmland, so it's like they can build it up more, but you know, there's only so much they can do because there's pine lands around me and farmland. Both of which are protected. And so there's only so much buildup. I feel like, I hope that can happen around me. I really feel like, all right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I can have up to 10 twos. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I think we're gonna go up to here. Let me see. So 9, 19, and 9, 20, and 1, and then 9, 30, and 9, 31, and another, and then 9, 36, and 9, 3, 9, and another, and then so that's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 4, 9, 3, 8. Okay, so that's it. So we're gonna do 9, 1, 9, which is in here. Oh, 9, 1, 9, and 9, 20. Wow, they're kind of close too, right? So 9, 1, 9. I'm gonna try to get rid of all the individual ones here. 9, 1, 9. Go like this. I see some static in here, so I'm just gonna go ahead and swoosh this around a little bit. For some reason, like, it was fall. It's fall now, right? For some reason, it felt like fall outside for like 1 week. And now it's hot again. We have our air conditioner running. Like I was saying, I had to run my air conditioner, and then it would get cool in here because I wasn't getting a breeze. And then I could turn it off, and then it would stay cool a little bit because it's cold outside. Well, now it's like, it's been 80s. So this week it's supposed to rain a lot, but it's still kind of humid out. Still pretty humid out. I don't know when it's supposed to get colder out, cool down. Oh wait, I gotta put stars on these. So stars on all of them. So this is 9, 19. And then we have 9, 20. I met a lady at the dog park who is living van life, an older woman. And like, I was asking her all these questions. I was telling her she should document it, and then she could make money because it's pretty popular. Has anybody ever watched like a van life YouTube or anything like that? If you just put in YouTube search van life, a lot of it'll come up. I feel like obviously most of the van life that is very popular are very young people, you know, very young, beautiful people, you know, that they always attract, you know, the most attention. But I feel like she was like an older woman. I feel like she would get a lot of attention because it's not common for like her generation to be documenting as much. I mean, if you think about it, they're just not as tech savvy and stuff. And so I feel like, I was like, you know, she could have like a passive income. And unlike diamond painting, it's you know, there's a whole, for some reason, it's extremely, you know, it's an extremely large group of people that watch this content. Like like there's videos that have million views of them, you know, a day in a life in van life, and hundreds and thousands of views where, you know, I guess diamond painting, like you'll see thousands of views, and then like, you know, the really popular people will get, you know, maybe on a video, like thousands of views, like 10,000, 12,000. I don't know, but you're not going to see 100,000 views on a diamond painting video. And so I was telling her, you know, she could get a nice passive income documenting her journey. I was showing her, I don't think she had any interest. I mean, you know, I think it would be a lot of work for her. But I was like asking her about her van, and because she, like, you can have all kinds of things. A lot of like van life people, what they'll do is they'll have like a Planet Fitness membership, and so that way, you know, they'll have a black membership, which is like $30 some a month, and be able to go to any Planet Fitness, you know, in any state for free, and they'll utilize the shower, and that's how they get their showers. And so I asked her, I said, you know, she's been doing it she said she was doing it for 5 years, and I said, you know, how do you like it? And she said, I'm tired. I said, well, you know, I've watched a couple of these videos, and it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work, you know, just planning your day. Like, you get up, you have to break down your bed and convert it back to a home, you know, open up your camper, your van, and then, you know, make your breakfast. Like, if you cook in your van, which most people do, so then they cook in their van, and so you make your breakfast, which, you know, it's a small space. You got to keep it clean up after that, and get, you know, sometimes you'll go to the laundromat, get your laundry clean, go shopping, get your food for the day, go to Planet Fitness, get your shower in. If you have to refill your water, like, I guess the water will last them sometimes a week. Empty, if they have a bathroom system, you know, empty their gray water, their black water. Gray water is just like your sink water and things you've washed dishes with and stuff, and black water is like your urine. And then a lot of times, like, they're just driving around trying to figure out where they're going to stay the next night. It looks exhausting. It does. I mean, some of it looks glamorous in the sense that, like sometimes they can find, like, a really cool place to, like, pitch up, and then they're, like, they open up their back doors and they're looking over this, like, canyon, and it's gorgeous, and or there's, like, an ocean behind them. But you know, it's a lot of work in between. And of course, I mean, I'd be scared. You know, she has a dog, so that's good. I would certainly have a dog for sure. You know, some people travel with cats, and they have solar panels on their roofs and stuff. There's all kinds of things you can do. But, you know, what's crazy is that, you know, obviously the more amenities that you have, the higher the cost of the van is. I mean, these vans go for like $100-some thousand. That's not anymore, but, you know, not too long ago, that could have been a down payment on a house, you know. And then what happens if your van breaks down? You gotta get a hotel room, you gotta find somewhere to stay, you gotta find a reputable mechanic. Hopefully someone in whatever area you're in isn't going to take advantage of you, because, you know, you know, it's not like you have your go-to guy. Some of them, I think, travel in groups. It's like, sometimes I think I'd love to get like a little Winnebago and travel to different national parks in the United States with the Moogs. I think that would be super fun. All right, and now we're doing 936 and 930. So 2 of these are for 938. So 936. And here's 938. And then there's 939. So here's 936 and 938 is going to go in here. I think that would be a lot of fun. Like, with Bob. But who can afford to do that kind of stuff anymore with the cost of everything? I don't know. I know we can't. But I think that would be so cool. Like, I remember working with a nurse who was, like, she worked part-time or per diem, I think. And so she only had to do, like, so many days in a month. And so her her husband was retired, and they had a camper down the shore, and they sold it. They sold that, and they were like, she said they were deciding between getting a camper and traveling, or getting a house in Florida as, like, you know, for the winters. And she was going to just fly back up, and 936, and then 939. She was gonna fly back up, like, she was gonna stack her days where she would work like let's say she had to give them 6 days a month and two weekend shifts. She was just going to work 6 days in a row through the weekend and do them all, and then fly back home, and then come back next month. And for, you know, because she'd have her house here, and she'd have her house in Florida, and she would just fly back for a week every month, do her commitment for, because, you know, back then, it was like $200 airfare. You could get as low as like $70. I don't know what it is now. I don't know. I know when we thought we, you know, Spirit is a sham. So I thought we were going for like $400. It ended up being like $700-800 after I paid for our bags and our, you know, our seats together and blah, blah, blah. Bunch of bull. Anyway, but still, I think, you know, it would have been worth it for her versus getting a camper that they would just travel and stay, you know, all over the place and be able to see different places. So I don't know what she ended up doing. I remember every time I saw her, I would ask her, like, so did you guys decide? And she's like, no. I mean, they were, you know, weighing the options by going to Florida and checking, you know, and looking at real estate down there. And her son also lived in Florida, so, you know, that was a huge bonus. She had family there, but I don't know what she ended up doing. But I thought that was such a neat idea to get, you know, a camper. I know a guy at work, he has a camper, and he and his wife are constantly going places with their dogs. And it's a pole camper though, like it's a travel trailer. I know Bob wouldn't be comfortable driving anything like that. So I was thinking like a little mini Winnebago that was just like a mini school bus or something. I thought that would be fun, but we don't have the money for that, to be honest with you. 2, 4. Actually, let me go in. It doesn't matter. Arrange these 2, 4, 6, 8. Put this away. Is 9, 3, 8, and we'll have a star. Okay. Almost made it through the 900s in this box. Not quite. That's okay. Maybe on the one side we'll have the rest of the 900s. Let me count how many boxes. So I did 939, 936. So we did up to here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Nope, just 4 boxes. Oh no. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 boxes. Yeah. So just a half. That's okay. I'm going to be able to add do a little change up here too. far so good. You know, it's funny because, like, I don't know what made me start thinking about this, but I was talking to, I want to say I was talking to my son or something, and I'm always thinking about, like, for me, when someone talks about, like, starting a business, in my mind, it just, like, makes my head hurt. Like, I think about all the negatives and, like, how much work. We were talking about someone who, like, opened up a restaurant, and, like, it just, like, for me, I'm always like, oh, the risk and this and that. And honestly, I mean, there's always going to be people like me who think like that. And that's why I work paycheck to paycheck. Because I don't have the guts to try to run a business, or I don't know. What I'm trying to think, what is it about me that, you know, limits myself? Like, what is it about ambitious people, like, that are like, oh, I'm gonna be successful. I'm gonna do this, and, you know, I'm gonna conquer the world. Like, there's something in them. Somebody should study that. You know, that the ambition outweighs the fear. Does that make sense? Or maybe, I mean, it has to. Because if the fear outweighed the ambition, they would be like me. And they would just be working for the man. And then I think, like, I think about how, like, because, yes, do I make money doing these videos? I do. But guys, I don't think you understand, like, not a lot. You know, first of all, you have to make over $100 in ads and stuff to get a paycheck from YouTube. And if you don't make over 100, then, you know, they'll just roll over your money to the next month and add it together. And if it's over 100, you'll get a paycheck then. And, like, you know, I've been doing this for, I don't know how long, but, you know, I just started getting a paycheck every month this year. So, like, for, like, the first whatever, I didn't get a paycheck every month at all. I didn't get a paycheck at all the first year, I think. I didn't get any checks. And then the next year was like every other month, or every 3 months. So what am I on? I'm going into my 3rd year now. You know, and I just started getting paychecks every month. So it's not like, you know, I think people think that, like, you're making hundreds and hundreds of dollars off of YouTube. Gamers are thousands of dollars, you know, you need, but not me, which is, you know, a huge reason why I stopped buying so much stuff. It's because, like, I just, you know, I'm not making the money back. And, like, I can't afford it right now because everything costs so much. I haven't bought a diamond painting since May. I would love to buy more stuff and show you people, but, you know, I have bills. But anyway, how did I get into this? Okay, so yes, like I do make a little bit of money doing this, but like this isn't like a business venture that I had to you know, mortgage my house for, is what I'm saying. Unlike, you know, if I were to start a diamond painting company, I don't know how much that would cost. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then I think, I bet you there's like somebody who's very ambitious that would open up a business would probably like look at what I'm doing and say, well, you waste so much of your time. Like, I remember, and you know, to them, like to a very ambitious person, this would be a waste of time. Like, what are you doing? Like, I could imagine, you know, Arnold Schwarzenegger watching this and being like, why is she doing that? And I say him because, like, I remember, you know, there's like motivational quotes that he's said that people listen to like get motivated to go to the gym and, you know, like stay on track and stay focused and blah, blah, blah. And he says, you know, every day you should be learning something new. You should be doing this. You should be doing that, you know. And I could imagine him saying, well, yeah, you live paycheck to paycheck. Look what you do at your time. And so I think, you know, do I waste my time? Like, I said I wanted to learn Korean on Duolingo, and I haven't done anything about that. You know, I should study to get my CCRN, my critical care certificate, because I've been in critical care for like plus 15 years now, and I don't have my CCRN. Like, and I say this all the time, I'm like, I'm not super like career motivated. I'm more like personal life motivated. But why? You know, doesn't make me more marketable. You know, is that a problem? Probably, like, from a financial standpoint, you know, the more letters behind your name, the more, I don't know. I'm like banking on my experience, you know, my years working in a hospital and doing the thing. Which I don't think anything trumps experience, but the problem is like they do look at that, like certificates and stuff, and they say, hey, you know, why haven't you done this? You know, are you motivated to do self-improvement? Are you motivated? It's like, I am, but at home. You know, like I go to the gym, I want to improve, you know, my physique. I want to improve my personal health, I don't think any of that translates into career and work, even though it takes a lot of determination, you know. I don't know. sometimes you just ask yourself about your life choices. Then I look at my grandfather, who was like one of the smartest men that I've ever met in my entire life. And, you know, I've talked about him quite a bit, and I just admire him. And I've always admired him. You know, you have the people in your life that you don't want to disappoint. Like, that thinking about disappointing them, like, actually hurts your heart. And he's always been that person for me. And I think it's important that people have those people in their lives, because it keeps you in check, right? Like, I feel like when people don't have someone they don't want to disappoint, they're probably more apt to make poor decisions, because there's no one that they're thinking about, like, that they're upsetting, right? I truly believe that. I don't know. And so for me, my grandfather was always someone that I would never want to, like, be ashamed of in front of, you know. And you know, he read a lot of fiction books, and some people would say that's a waste of time. Like, who, like, do you think Elon Musk reads James Patterson for fun? No, he reads, like, how to build a how to build a spaceship for fun. Like, I don't know. How to be a space engineer for fun. So maybe they would look at that as a waste of time. I mean, I don't know. I remember someone saying to Elon Musk, why do you keep doing what you're doing? Like, you could literally just, you know, buy an island and, you know, relax and drink on the beach all day. And he looked at them and he was like, that sounds, what did he say? That sounds horrible. He was like, that sounds utterly horrible. Like that would drive him insane, to, like, have nothing to do and nothing to work towards. Or he was like, that would not interest him. Where most of us are like, how do we get there? I want to drink rum swizzles. I remember this teacher when I want to drink rum swizzles on the beach. I don't know what a rum swizzle is. I could be drinking rum swizzles on the beach. I don't know if she made that up. Maybe I'm saying it wrong, because I didn't drink in high school, but it sounds good. Rum swizzles on the beach. Well, you're not going to get it by doing YouTube, Kimba. You're not going to get to rum swizzles by doing YouTube. All right, we got one more color and then we're done this box. This box went by pretty quick. I didn't have to take any breaks. Okay, an hour. See, if each box takes an hour, that means I have 3 more hours to go. 2, 4, 6, 8. And the first one, I think, is like 3 hours long. That's cute. That's a little long. That's like, I think I'm gonna end it after this box, and then I'm gonna go eat my breakfast. I'm gonna go to the gym. I'm gonna be motivated to do things. 8:14. 8:14. And yeah. And then I'm gonna go food shopping, and then I'm gonna meal prep, and then I'm gonna hopefully I'll be able to paint a little bit on my fall canvas. And I still have to do my, you know, the background project. Yeah, dude, I have not done anything with that. And I want that done by October 20th. So I need to get it together. I want to use one of these. I wish I didn't cut that off. I'm going to use this in the end. That way I can do like overflow into the next one. I think I'm going to go back and add a little square to each one, because there's a tiny bit of the S word happening, but not enough to stop me from emptying these. Just the tiniest bit. I don't know, maybe sitting in the containers will be enough to, but it won't hurt to add a little square, just a little square to each container. This one had a little more. I'm trying to figure out what I have over there that I need to take down. I know one of them is the Craftably. I know one of them is the Craftably because I didn't do like a full post review because it's not offered anymore. So I was like, what's the point of doing a full post review? Like I showed it in my monthly review and gave you guys like a little review. So I still have to kit that down. And I do love Craftably drills. I think that their drills are great. So I want to keep them. And I think that they're acrylic too. Acrylic rounds. I could be wrong. But I will tell you, it's so funny. I'm cracking myself up now thinking that I thought I would be able to kit all of this up and start the project yesterday. Like, yeah, we'll be starting this project next week because I work tonight and tomorrow. And maybe tomorrow I'll get up another box, but I'll probably just wake up and diamond paint a little bit. Okay, depends on what my night's like. If my night is crazy and I'm super tired, then I probably will not kit up. You never know what you're walking into. I need to get another dryer sheet. But we're gonna break this one up to a bunch of squares. Let me give this one a big one. They're a little jumpy in there, for sure. All right. And 814. So I'm going to do 814, 842. There we go. Box 3 all done. And if you're wondering why I'm just doing DMCs, check out my first video. You do not need to do symbols when you're doing a heaven and earth designs. So box 1, box 2, box 3. Wow, these are heavy. All right, guys, that's all I have for you for this video. I'm going to cut it here. We have 2 more boxes to go, and let's see, we're done with these drills. And we have to kit these up and all of these up still. 3 full bags. So yeah, we have this whole sheet, and we did this one, and yeah, I think that's it. We did this one and we did this one. So we have from 943 from this down. Yeah, we are moving along, guys. Soon we will be able to start this project. I'm super excited. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, if you wouldn't mind giving me a thumbs up on the way out, and if you want to see more from me, go ahead and click that subscribe button and join the family and friends here at Kimbaskrafts. I would love to have you. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful day. Take care. Keep diamond painting. And my nails are staying on. I'll be updating you on those as well. All right, guys. See you in the next one.